Good morning, seventh graders. Today we are going to do the sum of angles in triangles. Okay, so we do know we need to use past information that we know. We know that a triangle is triangles, so three angles, obviously, and we know that all three angles of a triangle add up to be 180 degrees, okay? You will need to know the difference in, you'll need to know the difference in the triangles. Like, obviously, a right triangle is going to have one right angle that's 90 degrees, okay? So I really think today's going to be easy. I think you guys are going to have no problems, and I'm ready to get started. Okay, so let's talk about the different types of triangles that you may see today. All right, so we have an acute triangle where all of the angles are acute, so less than 90 degrees, okay? Then we have a right triangle, which means that one angle is 90 degrees, and we know that the other two angles have to be less than 90, obviously, because 90 plus 90 is 180, so you can't have that. You can't, because it's a triangle. Okay, and then we have an obtuse triangle where one angle is greater than 90 degrees. And then we have a scaling triangle. I really am not good at drawing this, so I apologize, but none of the sides are equal and are congruent, and none of the angles are congruent. They're all different measures and all different angles, okay? Then we have an isosceles triangle where two sides and two corresponding angles are congruent. So these two angles are going to be congruent and these two sides are going to be congruent. And then you have equilateral triangle, which we know in an equilateral triangle, all three angles are going to measure 60 degrees. That's pretty easy. Make sure that you're paying attention to if they tell you this is an equilateral triangle. You don't need to do a lot of math if you know that each angle is 60 degrees. So make sure you know the different types of triangles. If you want to sketch this out, go for it. I don't know. Maybe I can make a little cheat sheet in the Google Classroom. All right, guys, good luck. Let's do some examples. Okay, guys, so here we have a right triangle, and I know it's a right triangle because I have the little square right here, and we know that a right angle measures what? 90 degrees. Good job. Okay, so we know that this angle is 90 degrees. We know this angle is 42. We don't fully know this one. We just know it's 6 times x. All right, so we're going to solve for x, but we do know that triangles add up to be 180 degrees. So I know that 42 plus 90 plus 6x degrees is going to equal 180 degrees. I know that. Okay, so I'm just going to put 42 plus 90 plus 6x equals 180, okay? We know how to solve all this. We're going to combine these two, 42 and 90, which would be 132, right? 132 plus 6x equals 180. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract 132 from this side. And if I subtract from the left, I got to subtract from the right. Let's see, 8. Okay, so now we have 6x is equal to 48. Now, I need to get rid of the 6 because I want to isolate this x. I want to get it by itself. So I'm going to divide by 6, and x is equal to 8 degrees. So this is 8 degrees. So actually, this is 48 degrees, basically, is what that is. Okay, so I hope you don't have any questions. We got some more examples coming up for you. Okay, so now we have 3 different angles, and we've got to figure out what x is. Okay, so make sure that you're paying attention. They may ask you determine what x is, or they may say find the missing angle. Okay, and if they say find the missing angle, you have to find x first, and then whatever x is, we multiply by 5, and that will be our missing angle, okay? All right, so we're going to do both just to be sure. All right, so if you could right now, what would be really good is if you would grab your scratch paper and you would try to solve this on your own. You have 5x, 90 degrees, and 16.5. I don't know if you can see this decimal. So 16.5, and we know they all add up to be 180 degrees. So pause and try to do this on your own, guys. This is what is helping you see if you understand what we're doing. Okay, pause. All right, and we're back. Okay, so we have 5x plus 90 plus 16.5 equals 180. Okay, so I'm going to add 90 and 16.5 in my head, and that's going to be, I know it's going to be 0.5. 106.5 equals 180. All right, now I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to get rid of my distant relative first, which is 106.5, because we don't care if we hurt their feelings. We don't really see them. So minus 106.5 minus 106.5, and I got to add a decimal on this one now so I could subtract. Okay, so that's going to be 7. That's going to be 10 and 9, and that's 5, 3. Okay, so 73.5. 5x is equal to 73.5. All right, now I've got to get rid of the 5. So I'm going to divide by 5, and I'm going to have to, I'm going to do it over here because 73.5 divided by 5. Okay, 5 goes into 7 one time, and 1 times 5 is 5, and 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down my 3. 5 will go into 23 4 times. 23 minus 20 is 3. Bring down my 5. It goes in there 7. So x is equal to 14.7 degrees. Okay, that's the x. I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, 14.7. Now, if we needed to find out what is the measure of this angle right here, we would have to do 14.7 times 5. So 14.7 times 5, 35. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 3, 3. And then, wait, yeah, that's right. And then 5, right? No, I did not do that right. Hold on. I'm losing my mind. Okay, 4 times 5 is 20 plus 3 is 23. 3, and carry my 2, and 1 times 5 is 5 plus 2 is 7, and 1 decimal place. So the missing angle would be 73.5. Okay? All right, guys. One more example. Okay, guys. So draw this triangle on your scratch paper, and let's try to do this one on our own and see if we get it right. If you got it right, we're good. All right, so you have, this is an isosceles triangle, obviously, because this is 2x, and this is 2x, and this is x, okay? So attempt this on your own real quick. You know 2x plus x is going to equal 180 degrees. Okay, let's try this. Hopefully you got it right. So let's see if you got this right. So we have 2x plus 2x plus x equals 180 degrees. All right, now I'm going to combine all my likes. All of these x's are alike. Okay, they have different coefficients, but they're alike. So we know 2 plus 2 is 4, and we know there's an invisible 1 in front of that x because anything times x is itself. So we have 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 1x is 5x. So we have 5x equals 180 degrees. All right, now remember, guys, there's always an invisible 1 coefficient in front of a variable if there isn't already one there, okay? So I've got to divide by 5, divide by 5, and 5 goes into 18 3 times, and 5 goes into 36 times. So x is 36 degrees. So if they wanted you to solve for x, you solve for x. If they wanted you to tell what the angles were, this one is 36 degrees right there. And this is 36 times 2. Okay, so this is 72 degrees, and this is 72 degrees. Okay, if that's what they're asking. So make sure you understand what are they asking. Are they asking me to solve solve for x? Or are they asking me to solve for the missing angles? Okay. All right, guys. Good luck on your quizzes. I hope that if you had any questions that you asked me. Okay.